Greetings all, Boots Allen here with your Snake River Angler Fly Fishing Report. Today's May 22nd. We are here at our park, Rendezvous Park, Jackson Hole Land Trust's little parcel north of the Wilson Bridge access. This is the site of the big Snake River Fest that'll be taking place in about 2 weeks. Big celebration. We're gonna have competitions on the Hoback and competitions on the Grays River. Lot of fun events with Still West, West Bank Angler, Rendezvous River Sports. Great music, great floats. Last year we had Jelon Crossland. This year we're gonna have the Balsam Roots Band, and we're gonna have the Deadlocks Festival Village that will be held here. That's gonna be on Saturday the 8th, so everybody just try and make it out. It's going to be a blast, and we should have some pretty nice weather for it. Speaking of weather, you can see overcast skies here today. Last week we had some really solid weather in, very nice, very warm. We now have a cold front rolling through, little bit of precipitation, not much here and there. This should be lasting kind of into Sunday, and then next week warmest temperatures of the year are forecasted will be in the 70s throughout the region. Be a fun time to get out on the water. Speaking of water, the reservoirs, they're filling fast. We've had that increased snow melt last week. Palisades is filling, Jackson Lake is filling as we speak. But speaking of that still water also, we're pretty much ice-free. Nothing on Palisades, nothing on Jackson Lake, nothing on Jenny Lake. To give you an idea of how fast this goes, about a week and a half ago on Sunday, we had some guides up just doing a hike along Jenny Lake, completely full of ice, no clear water. By Thursday, only 4 or 5 days later, no ice was on that lake. That tells you how fast that will that snow and that ice can melt. So ice out fishing, some of the best that can happen on still water happens while the ice is melting, and then the next 2 to 4 weeks. So if you're able to get out and do it, get out and do it. Damsel imitations, dragonfly imitations, bait fish imitations, fished high in the water column. A lot of really, really fun fishing can be had right after ice out. The Snake right now, we're in the midst of runoff. We've got flows coming at Alpine, approximately 11,000 CFS. It had peaked at a little over 14,000 CFS, starting to descend now because of this cold weather. Don't expect that to last long. Next week, we're gonna see another surge of runoff. We'll probably, in fact, there's no probably about it, we're gonna see those flows peak higher than 14,000. My feeling is we should be crossing the 20,000 mark this year with the amount of snow we had. Flows at the dam right now still holding steady at about 2,000 CFS. That'll probably remain for a week or two before they increase flows out of there. That remains your best option for fishing on the Snake, right below Jackson Lake Dam, down until you get to Pacific Creek. The lake has gone into a little bit of turnover, so your visibility is right around 3 feet or so, right around 3 feet. So if you're out there, really target those big, deep eddies, some of those big, deep, sweeping riffles. That's the place to be, primarily with double nymph rigs. Still enough visibility to be picking up fish on midge imitations, zebra midges, perdigons, bullets, flies like that. That's the name of the game up there. And definitely streamers. Streamers is a great way to go on all of that water, and it's probably the only way you should be going below Oxbow Bend. That long, slow piece of water, probably 2 feet per mile is the gradient. That's the way to be going right there in that piece of water below Oxbow. Over on the South Fork right now, flows from the dam are at about 11,000 CFS. It's been that way for several days now. Water temperatures have been warming prior to this cold front moving in. It's been close to 45 degrees below the dam, getting down to the lower canyon and that lower reach of the South Fork below Byington, you're getting water temps at 50 degrees, a bit more activity on the part of fish. Still worthwhile going deep subsurface, double, triple nymph rigs, streamers as well. Still good clarity, good visibility on the upper reach below the dam. Little bit of turbidity down on the lower part of the South Fork, but still you've got good 3 to 4 feet of visibility for the most part. Still concentrate on slower water over there. However, faster currents are starting to do it as well. The inside turns of riffles, but also perhaps later in the day going a little bit deeper into the meat of riffles. That's worth doing. Faster currents on the seams, that's showing a bit more activity. The South Fork's still a good option right now with those water temperatures starting to warm. The Green and New Fork River, those are in runoff, complete freestone streams. There flows at Warren Bridge right around 800 CFS. The New Fork is around a little over 1,000 CFS. It's well over 1,000 CFS. Those flows are coming down, and they're going to go back up when we get this warm weather in again. During that recession of flows, that's a good window to be hitting. That's almost always the case on this Green and the New Fork. The flows go up, they plateau, they begin to drop. Boom, that's your window, even with a foot and a half of visibility. That's the sweet thing about the Green and the New Fork. Foot and a half of visibility, you're completely in the game. Again, think streamers, think some nymph rigs. Even a dry dropper might be worth doing. You can get those fish popping the surface even with that little bit of visibility. And before I close, Yellowstone National Park this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, it'll be opening up to fly fishing for the first time this year. Think about getting up there. The Fire Hole, the Madison. Right now, Madison flows are a little under 700 CFS there near West Yellowstone. Fire Hole flows are pretty low for this time of year. Don't know how much they're going to go up. Of course, that's a warm basin. It doesn't get a big surge like some of the other rivers up there and even down here do. Temperatures on the Fire Hole right now, about 50 degrees. Temperatures are going over 60 degrees on the Madison there around West Yellowstone. Can be a plethora of bugs even early in the season on Memorial Day weekend. You can see blue wing olives if you have the right weather in there. You could see some PMDs, yellow sallies, caddis obviously. Probably might be a little too early for white miller caddis, but those are going to be coming. That's been more of a forte over the past 20 years as water temperatures warm up there. And later in the season, you'll have the Yellowstone River open up. That's a great place to be. Those Yellowstone cutthroat are starting to surge. More and more of those fish as the lake trout population declines on Yellowstone Lake. And with that, even think of Yellowstone Lake and Lewis Lake. Haven't been up there, don't know what the ice looks like up there, but those two lakes, once you're going into ice out, it's the same as the rest of these lakes. Really, really, really good places to hit. Again, fishing high in the water column. And that post ice out fishing generally lasts for 2 to 4 weeks up there before the water temperatures get a little too warm and you have to go very, very deep. So that's our report for today. Look forward to talking to you in about another week and a half.